The annual Service Members of the Year Awards are a celebration of some of the most courageous and compassionate men and women in the military. Honoring members of each of the branches, the gala featured speakers from around the government and Pentagon and highlighted extraordinary acts of service. Held at the Reagan Building in the nation's capital, this year featured a range of compelling stories about the winners from each branch, recounting acts of heroism and selflessness. Here are some highlights from the event.
Good evening, everyone. It's so great to see everybody back this year. It's an honor to be back here with all of you.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to see so many familiar faces. Senator Scott, Senator Ernst over here, and so many others who've joined us tonight. Kira and I are very proud to be here with our friends at the Military Times Foundation, celebrating the incredible achievements of our women and men in uniform.
What stood out to me was just their unwavering commitment to their mission, whether it was Afghan evacuation flights, deterring Russian aggression, rescuing innocent civilians in the dark of night 50 miles from the coast, or just, the ingenuity in addressing new challenges presented on the battlefield. I mean, these are America's future leaders, and we should all be proud of their hard work and tenacity that keeps us all safe at night.
What we do in the Coast Guard directly impacts Homeland Security, and I know that each job that I've had, every watch I've stood, ships I've driven, that what we're doing is protecting our nation, and there is a deep sense of patriotism and pride in that. My name is Chelsea Sheehy. I'm a lieutenant in the U.S. Coast Guard, and I'm the commanding officer of Coast Guard Cutter Charles Sexton. Back in the spring of 2022, we responded to a vessel that was unseaworthy, and it appeared to be a migrant vessel at sea. We noticed that the vessel was actually capsized and that they were holding onto it, sitting on top of the vessel that was capsized and sinking. They were waving their arms, they were in distress, they were visibly concerned and worried. They didn't have any food. They didn't have any water. They didn't have any flotation devices or safety equipment. And once we got alongside and we started taking them off the capsized vessel, there was moments of relief. And we rescued upwards of 15 people. And if we didn't see them waving their arms, if we weren't there, then within 24, 48 hours, a more dire situation would have resulted.
I am very overwhelmed to be the recipient of this very meaningful award. My selection was made possible because a collection of people thought I deserved it. And so that's what makes me the most emotional. It's reflecting on the dedicated time and effort put in by various people, to include my brother and sister-in-law, who I've looked up to for well over a decade, one of my last bosses and now a mentor, my very own crew, which this video clip really pulls on my heartstrings as I've recently departed the Charles Sexton, and a retired commander who I had not met until tonight, all believed I deserved this award for different reasons because our paths cross for different reasons. And so I'm so very grateful for all those who pulled their resources all to recognize me.
Captain Garcia's journey is a testament to the American dream. As a Mexican immigrant, she enlisted in the Air Force in 2003, finally receiving her commission in 2015, and then ultimately transitioning to the United States Space Force as it was established. Amid Russia's assault on Ukraine, Captain Garcia led a deployment of an electromagnetic warfare squadron to a remote European location. She showed amazing bravery and ingenuity in leading the first ever deployment of this brand new capability to the European AOR and during the continent's most significant crisis in decades.
Space Force defense against the threat to the space domain is very contested, and we protect and defend against the ability to maneuver that domain.
This recognition is a testament to the remarkable men and women who served alongside me, and I am merely just a representative of their hard work. To the members of the 4th Expeditionary Electromagnetic Warfare Flight Delta, those 54 men and women, airmen and guardians who stood up that operation deserve all the credit. But I stand here representing them. To my fellow service members and fellow award recipients, I count myself so incredibly blessed to stand next to you. And to my mother, I love you so much. Thank you for your sacrifice in bringing us over to this amazing country. And again, our service is payment to this amazing country. And last but not least, to my husband, Chris. He's a retired Marine, and he's my biggest critic and my biggest supporter, and gives me that tough Marine mentoring when I need it and even when I don't. So thank you. I love you. Thank you so much.
The leadership and selfless service illustrated here tonight is truly inspiring for John and me, and it makes us so proud to be here as well and just bear witness to your recognition as courageous and strong Americans. So we thank you just as journalists and Americans from the bottom of our heart.
We would like to ask that all of this year's Service Members of the Year recipients please stand to be recognized once more.